Okay, so now that you are learning a little bit more about how to become an Emerald coach, we are going to talk over some coach basics. This is going to be the vital behaviors. You have heard us say this a million and one times. These are four things that you need to be doing in your groups with yourself on a daily basis, showing up every single day. So, the first vital behavior is proof of the product. How are people going to trust what you're doing if you're not doing it? They're not going to want to be an active member of your groups if you're not actively engaging in those groups. They're not going to want to do your workouts if you're not constantly sharing your workouts. They're not going to want to eat healthy and drink your shake if you're not sharing it. So the first thing, being proof that the product works, finding a program, doing a program, showing up on Instagram, Facebook, posting videos, sharing your meal prep tips, having groups, letting people know that the opportunity is out there. That is your number one job as a coach, to utilize these products, to be sharing about these products. Again, people are not going to be interested in what you're doing if you're not doing it yourself. This goes back with anything. You're not going to buy something if, no one's using it or people aren't showing you that it works, and that's like with skincare. If someone starts using a skincare line and they're sharing their before and afters of their skin, you're going to trust that what they're using is working because they're actually using it. So makes sense. The next vital behavior is going to be inviting. Inviting is so key to this business. And I'm not just talking about inviting to your challenge groups or inviting them to free groups. This is also sharing the coaching opportunity, because this is how you make a team grow. So inviting is just so important. It's so hard too, but it is very vital. It's a very vital component to this business and to coaching in general. So with that, who are you inviting? Are you having people reach out to you because you're giving them the opportunity, or do you find yourself just reaching out to people constantly, hey girl, how are you? I'm having a new challenge group, whatever it is. Our invitations need to be genuine. And honestly, in the beginning, we really want people to be reaching out to us, but that means we have to give them an opportunity to be invited to something. That's where your Google Forms are going to come into play. Having those in your bio on Instagram and constantly sharing about them on your social media, through Instagram stories, talking about them in your posts, talking about them on Facebook. These things need to be done so people can have a spot to kind of put their name out there where you're not having to constantly reach out to them. But with that being said, you should have a list of people, of 100 people. This is going to be your family, your friends, your spouse's friends, your spouse's family, your cousins, uncles, aunts, like the whole nine, your neighbors down the street, your random Facebook friends. Just write their name down. I'm not saying that you have to invite them to this challenge group, but just be intentional about creating and forming a relationship with them. Maybe you're on Facebook scrolling past and it's someone that you haven't talked to in a couple of months. Send them a message. Maybe they just got married. Say, hey girl, hope you're doing well. I saw you just got married. Your wedding dress was beautiful. Hope all is going well. How are things going? You look so happy, whatever it is. Just forming these relationships with people is so important, because again, you're having them reach out to you and ask you, how are you doing? You look like you're doing great. What's this Beachbody thing that you're doing? What's this coaching thing that you're doing? So again, it just kind of opens up the floor to be able to invite them without having to say, hey girl, want to join my group? Because that's kind of awkward and, but whatever. So going back to creating that list, this list is going to be your network of people that you have connections with. So now look at those people on your list. Who do they know? Go on their Instagram, go to their followers, see people engaging with their posts, write those people down on your list. This is how you expand from your warm market to your cold market, but you're still keeping it on that mutual playing field. So now the third vital behavior is recognition. This is such a key component. And not only are your coaches recognizing you for your efforts, but you should be recognizing your coaches and making it a priority to recognize them in their successes. And this doesn't mean with just recognizing your coaches, but also recognizing your challengers, because we want to be ensuring them that what they're doing is working and that it's changing their lives for the better. So if you have a challenger that lost her first 5 pounds, shout her out. You don't have to shout her out on Instagram. You can shout her out in your challenge group on Facebook. But maybe you have a coach that rank advance. I'm constantly sharing on my Instagram story when I have coaches advance, and recognition is just so, so important. We are here cheering people on. We're rallying behind one another through life and through this experience and through these programs and these groups. And you want people to succeed. And a lot of people feed off of that recognition. So you have to really take your role as a coach. When you say you were on a sports team in high school, you guys maybe won first place at a track meet, or maybe you won first place or even second place at a gymnastics event, whatever it was, like you were recognized, you got a medal, or you got to go to nationals or whatever it was, you were being recognized for your achievements. So as a coach excuse me, as a coach, you need to be recognizing your challengers and your coaches for their achievements as well. And also don't be afraid to shout yourself out. Maybe you rank advance. I shouted myself out for rank advancing to 1-star qualifying. And when you hit Emerald, tell people I just got my first promotion. It's something to be proud about. And as a coach, you should be sharing that and recognizing yourself along with your coaches and challengers in your groups. So the fourth and final vital behavior is personal development. This is one that a lot of people struggle to make time for, but it is so, so important. Just carve out 10 minutes of your day, whether that's the morning, afternoon, the evening, wherever is best fit for you, and do a devotion. Do a chapter in a book, read a chapter in a book, start a podcast, listen to a podcast on the way to work on leadership, whatever it is. This is just key to success in this business. You have to have the right mindset, because we are going to be told no. We're going to be told, or we're going to have the voice inside of our head saying no one cares, or, why are you sharing this? Or why are you putting so much time into this? That's because your mindset has to continuously start off in the right place every single day with this business. And if you have that proper mindset, you have that positive outlook and that go get 'em hustler attitude, people are going to be attracted to that. People don't want to see somebody that's sulking all the time, or that's, not sharing and posting and being real with them. And I'm not saying you can't have bad days, but just shifting your mindset is going to be so, so important. And if you're not doing this every single day, and I'm not just talking about reading those happy quotes or affirmations, all that's good too, but you also need to be doing personal development on leadership and management, because as a coach, you are a leader. You are a manager of your team, and you need to kind of step into that position, and that can be hard to do. I know I struggle with that. So I am trying to really dive into some leadership books, some leadership podcasts where I can really propel my business, because I'm taking the right steps for coaches underneath of me. And again, there are a couple of different types of personal development books. There are kinds that kind of uplift your emotions and give you that positive outlook, like I was saying. But then there's also those books that'll develop your knowledge and your knowledge on this business. So some of those books are like GoPro, or the one I'm reading by Brendon Burchard. I cannot remember the name of it. I probably need to read it somewhere. But both are so important. So making time for both of those on a daily basis is going to be something that you should strive to do. So again, 4 vital behaviors: product of the product, invite, 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 recognize your coaches, your challengers, yourself, and personal development.